So last time we discussed that the AI product manager role sits at the center of tech right now. We defined what it is and why it is the future. But that definition leads to another question. What are the specific skills you need to succeed in this highly specialized, highly paid career? If you're from a product background, it's not enough to be a great product manager. And if you're from an engineering background, it's not enough to know how to code. You need to have a blend of technical and leadership mastery. Hello again, my name is Bube from Diary of Becoming, and welcome back to this series on becoming an AI product manager. Over the next few minutes, I'll break down the exact skill set you need. We'll separate the hard skills, which are your technical foundation, and the soft skills that make up the leadership engine. I'll tell you exactly how much technical knowledge you need. You don't need to be a data scientist, but you can't speak zero code either. We'll then end with something you can do this week towards becoming an AI product manager. Let's start with the hard skills. The hard skills are the measurable, teachable abilities that let you communicate with engineers, data scientists, and your researchers. The technical skills are also what helps you as an AI product manager to make smart data-driven decisions. The first technical skill you need to have is AI and machine learning. AI and machine learning is one of the most important skills that you need to develop. As an AI product manager, you don't write the code. That's the data scientist's job, but you must speak their language. You need to understand the core concepts, for example, model types, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. And if you don't know what these are already, I'll explain briefly. In supervised learning, the model gets some examples with the right answers, more like a sample input and a corresponding output. The model then learns how to predict future answers. An example is spam filters. They are trained on emails labeled spam or not spam, so that in the future it's able to decide what email is spam or not spam. In unsupervised learning, the model just gets data with no labels and it has to find out patterns on its own. For example, you give a model customer data and allow it to group customers by shopping habits without being told what the groups should be. Reinforcement learning is like training a pet. The pet learns by trial and error and getting rewards for good actions. It's how AI learns to play chess, drive cars, or recommend the best next move in a game. As part of your AI and machine learning journey, you need to understand model metrics like accuracy, precision, and recall. And if you don't know what these are again, I'll explain briefly. Accuracy is how often the model gets things right overall. For example, it was correct 80% of the time or 85% of the time. Precision is about how trustworthy the positive results are. For example, when it says an email is spam, how often is it actually spam? And recall is about how thorough the model is. So out of all the spam emails, how many did it actually catch? So accuracy is the overall score, precision is the quality of positives, and recall is how many positives it found. Finally, as part of learning AI and machine learning, you need to understand the machine learning lifecycle from data collection to deployment to retraining. The machine learning lifecycle is the step-by-step process of building, training, and maintaining machine learning models. Think of it like a loop, not a straight line, because models keep evolving as data changes. So here's the quick breakdown of what the machine learning lifecycle is. You define the problem. Do you want the model to predict or decide? You collect and prepare data. You gather data, you clean it, you label it if needed. You choose a model. You pick the right algorithm, whether it's regression, neural net, decision tree, and then you train the model. You feed it data so that it can learn patterns. Then you evaluate the model. Test it with unseen data, check metrics like accuracy or recall, and then you deploy the model. You put it into real systems where it can make decisions. You then monitor and maintain. That is, you keep an eye on performance and retrain if data shifts or accuracy drops. It's called a life cycle because once you deploy, you often go back to one of the steps that we had mentioned earlier, whether step 2 or step 3, to keep the model fresh. As an AI product manager, your goal is fluency, not expertise. You need to sit in a technical meeting and know what the team is building, why they chose that model, and what the limitations of the model are. The next most important technical skill you need to have is data analytics and SQL. Data is the fuel for your product. You need to be comfortable with it as a great AI product manager, and this means two things. The first is data analysis. You need to define the right KPIs, both product KPIs like daily active users and model KPIs like mean absolute error. You also need to understand SQL. So SQL is how you talk to databases. You don't need advanced skills, but you should be able to run your own basic queries. For example, how many users tried our new AI feature last week? If you can answer that question in minutes without waiting for an analyst, then your work will be faster, sharper, and you'll appear more credible. Finally, we need to talk about the last technical skill you need, Python. The big question, do you need to code? The short answer is no, not as a full engineer. But a basic understanding of Python is a huge advantage. Why? Because you'll read code snippets, you'll read logs, you'll debug error messages with your team. So aim for a level where you can follow the flow of a simple program, not build the whole product yourself. The fluency earns instant trust with your engineering team. Now let's talk about the soft skills you need. Hard skills are the price of entry, but soft skills, they're what turn a competent product manager into a great product manager. And in AI, these soft skills take on an even deeper layer. The first soft skill you need to have is communication and translation. As an AI product manager, you are the translator. Your communication is up and out, and it's also down and across. When I say up and out, that means that you explain progress and limitations to executives and stakeholders. And your communication down and across means that you explain business goals to data scientists and engineers. This requires a lot of empathy and clarity. Excellent communication down and across is what will make you turn "we are working towards a gradient descent" into "we are improving the model, but we need 2 more weeks to reach reliable performance." Also, in communication, you remind the data team that a good enough model today is better than a perfect model next year. The second soft skill you need to have is stakeholder management and influence. Every product manager influences without authority. In fact, this is almost true for every great leader. But in AI, this is a lot harder. The reason is because AI is often misunderstood and it's full of unknowns. So as part of your communication skills, you will balance competing priorities. Data scientists and engineers want more time. The executives want a faster return on investment. The company's legal team worries about compliance, and the UX team wants better user trust. Your role is to build trust across these teams, align goals, and negotiate trade-offs with calm authority. The third soft skill you need is strategic thinking and problem framing. This is a very high value skill. Most new AI product managers make the same mistake. They jump straight into solutions. A great AI product manager first frames the problem and comes up with a plan. Not every problem has an AI solution, so a great product manager would ask, is this even solvable with AI? Or would a simple rule-based system work better for us? You should be able to connect the dots of every AI product, and those dots should be traceable from customer pain point to business goal to data source, AI model, product feature, and user experience. And if you can't draw that line, then honestly, the project is going to fail, because without that connection, you're just building for the sake of building. So now you know what to learn, but where do you learn it? There are 2 parts. If you come from a technical background, you need to focus on product management fundamentals. Learn the product lifecycle, the machine learning lifecycle, learn user experience, Agile, and Scrum. Take a product school course or a Pragmatic Institute certification or a Coursera or edX specialization. And if you come from a product background, focus on the technical depths. Take an AI for product management course, learn basic Python, learn SQL, look for programs like Udacity's AI Product Manager Nano Degree or Coursera's IBM and Duke specializations. The goal isn't math-heavy expertise, it's confidence, fluency, and trust. These skills won't come from one book or one class, they come from practice. So here's your action step for this week. Choose one technical skill, SQL or Python, and commit 1 hour 3 times this week. The second activity is to frame one problem. Pick a company you admire, spot a problem AI could solve. Write down the 3 key questions you would ask a data scientist before planning. This moves you from passive learning to active thinking. The AI product manager role demands you to be T-shaped, deep technical fluency, and broad leadership strength across many. And when you build both, you'll stand out. In our next episode, I'll share a 6-month learning plan with you. If this roadmap is helping you, hit subscribe and share this video with someone building their career in tech. Start building your skills today. The world needs people who can bring intelligence into products. I'll see you in the next episode. Once again, I'm Bobby from Diary of Becoming. Ciao.